Alright, what's up guys? So, Top Clips has uploaded a video titled Reddit Cringe Compilation 2 Most Awkward Moments 2022. Yeah, let's go ahead and check this out. It's been a while since I've got cringed out by some videos, so yeah, make sure if you guys haven't, go subscribe to Top Clips. But anyway.
The way nobody gave a McFuck.
He's really proposing to her at McDonald's? Wow, that's true love right there. I don't know. I wouldn't call that cringy. I just, yeah, that's like one of them like true love moments where it's like it don't matter where they're at. They're like, nah, bro. It's like I'm trying to wife her up, and I'm trying to wife her up now. Yeah, it's like if you in love, like yeah, it don't matter where you guys are at.
If you had to choose, get a victory meal because you're a changed man, where would you go?
Maybe meet Pueblo and get the somebody's at the door.
Probably a pickle order. You can open it.
He didn't even check the people. Like he just
Oh,
opened.
God.
What's going on?
Oh, it's either they live in a very calm, cool, collected neighborhood, or I don't know. Like I'm not trying to bring race into it, but I'm just saying. I think if he would have been about 10 shades darker, around the same complexion as me, he would have looked through that peephole. I don't think there's ever been a time where I've just opened up the door and stuff. It just, unless like I know somebody, like they're like, hey, I'm at your front door. And I'm like, oh, okay. And even then still, I like look out the window just to make sure and stuff. But yeah, it's like if I hear knocking, I'm like, nah, bro, I'm looking around. I'm like, nah, let me see what's going on.
Hey, how's it going, sir? This man.
Wow.
You want to have a seat on the couch?
I will never do it again. Oh, gosh.
It's like, bro, come on now.
I thought I wasn't. You're a piece of shit, okay?
One thinks employer moving erase.
Why are you guys removing Black Lives Matters graffiti?
We're just trying to take care.
Okay, so here's the thing. I'm not gonna say that they are racist, but if this was during that time frame when all like that protesting and rioting and looting and all that stuff was going on, yeah, I'm trying to think. It'd be crazy if this was Seattle. I'm like, cause it has like that Seattle looking vibe to it and stuff. But yeah, I'd be like, you had it where there are some people that were just cutting up. Like it's one thing to protest, but when you start like damaging people's property, that's when it's like, okay, like that's not what Black Lives Matter. That's not when I'm talking about Black Lives Matter. I'm not talking about going destroying people's their wherever their homes, workplace, stuff like that. But yeah, it just, you're gonna have some people out there where they gonna trip about that type of stuff. I just think that, I don't know, like I said, they're not racist, but I don't think that they want, like, because then I think that's what it is too. It's like, then a bunch of people are gonna be like, oh yeah, we'll just spray paint on this building and stuff, so.
Yeah, we tried over there and it wasn't coming off. It's still one of those coming off.
But why do you want that to come off?
Well, because this is a federal building.
Yeah, it's
we
just
care
the
about our
vandalism.
country and our city.
But so you don't care about Black lives
Not
then?
at all. That's not at all what we're saying.
That's what this,
We certainly do care about Black lives.
not enough to leave up a message.
It's like, yeah, my thing is this. If you guys want to put up a poster, like one of those, or like a banner, if you want to put up a banner, that's 100% fine. But it's when you're spray painting, I'm like, fam, like, okay, so that's when I probably would have asked her, I'm like, so how would you have felt if somebody would have did this to your car? I'm like, you gonna leave it on your car because it has a powerful message? That's what I'm saying. It's like, it's stuff like that. I'm like, you guys see it from our point of view. You like it, yeah, it's kind of like, they're not racist. I like, yeah, it even saw some stuff where it's like, oh, they probably got black friends, or it's like, just that, because you got some people out there where they try to hide their racism, like, oh, I got black friends, but no, they seem like the type, they probably was at them Black Lives Matter protests too, but yeah, but they're all like, hey, it's my job to like make sure that like buildings and stuff like that is clean. So I don't know if they work there, or they have to work there. I don't see no like professionalized cleaning company. They don't look like no cleaning company, so they most likely work there, and yeah, they have to go out there and clean up the place.
I don't disagree with the message, ma'am. It's just on the building. We're just trying to clean it.
Right.
Right.
Not a great way to use your white privilege, ladies. Not a great.
How is it?
That's disgusting.
They just
Once again, thanks, Dan.
They're like, yeah, they probably just whisper to each other, like, just ignore her. Like, she'll drive away.
TV, but I,
What you're witnessing was never planned. Actress Aubrey Plaza,
what's happening?
drink in hand,
Are you okay?
bizarrely ran out on stage, the title of her upcoming movie written on her chest, trying to grab Will Ferrell's award. MTV says the actress from TV's Park and Recreation was then kicked off the studio lot where the live show was shot.
Aubrey Plaza, everyone.
Ferrell called her stunt just a lot of liquor breath.
Oh wow, I don't know why. I'm thinking, okay, like, were they like recreating that Steve Harvey thing where Will Ferrell did win, but he won the award. Oh wow. Oh man, Aubrey, it's like, no, you can't do that. You can't. No. Dang, man. Yeah, that's one of those things where it's just, I Will Ferrell, he handled it the best way he possibly could. But yeah, it's like I think I would have did the same thing. Like, I'll hold my award. I'm like, hey, what's going on here? Like, hey, I'm like, what is this supposed to be happening? I'm like, I don't know what to do. Yeah, that's wild, man. But yeah, I mean, yeah, you have some drinks, and then it's just, that sometimes those drinks, they might be a little bit too powerful. And then, yeah, some stuff happens. You end up in one of these compilations. But yeah, that's Bobby. I feel like it's one of those things where it's like, she probably apologized. And yeah, they just put that stuff. We'll probably see them in the movie at some point in time. But anyways.
Yeah. So, well, Upstart's up about 25% just in 4 days.
They say Stock Expert doesn't know what the company he invested in actually does. Oh wow.
We bought it. Yeah. So, well, Upstart's up about 25% just in 4 days since we bought it. We bought it on about 4 days ago. So that's actually made a nice little move in the short term, probably a little extended right now, but longer term, that's a good looking name. Very powerful, very strong earnings. These stocks are. What
do they do? Really, I don't even know them. What do they do?
Excuse me?
What does Upstart do?
Well, I'm sorry.
What kind of company is it?
Yeah, I'm not. You're breaking up.
Oh, well,
Sorry
I guess we've got an audio problem there, Mark. I'm sorry. I do know MGM, I do know Tesla, and I do know AIG.
And I truly believe, based on
crazy. Bro, you have to know what you're investing in before you just start investing money. It's like, that's like if I go and do a video talking about a video game, but I've never played that game before. So then people are all like, wait a minute. Ever, like, have you usually you stream and like, did you play the game yet? And I'm just sitting there like like, that type of stuff is awkward, man. That's crazy.
On my interactions with the normie world, which I'm trying to cut down on. I really don't want to have that many more interactions with the normie world. I've kind of had enough of it. I kind of stay in my own areas. But based on my interactions with the normie world, I truly believe that these GMO people, these Pfizer bloods, can detect pure bloods. I feel like they can smell it or something. They're like, they have some kind of a zombie scent. And it's like, there's a pure blood around and they become hostile. They become angry for some reason. Now, when I go around, these normies hate me. Even if I don't say anything, even if they don't know who I am, they've never seen me on TV. They've never seen me on this show. They don't know who I am. They can just sense that there is something different about me. Like we're a different species.
Are you WWE?
Oh, yeah. Yes. Yeah, this is one of those things where I'm like, it's just disrespectful. It's cringy on the guy's part, but it's disrespectful too. Like, and that's something that I think of. It's like, if I'm out and about and I see a celebrity, I have to be respectful. I'm like, if my thing is this, because that's something that I think of all the time. I'm like, dang, what if I run into a celebrity? What if I see somebody? I'm like, yeah, I'll probably end up asking them for a picture or a video. But and that's the thing too, where it's like, but then there's also that side of me where I'm not gonna put myself on the same scale as John Cena, but I would say that me and him are both in the entertainment business, and I know that if I'm trying to keep my location on the low and have it where people don't know where I am. It's like, yeah, because John Cena, he don't know if this guy is live streaming or if he's gonna post this stuff as soon as he's done recording. Then people know that he's in the area and he gotta hurry up and rush it, dude. He's just trying to relax. So that's all I'm like, yeah, this video, it was very disrespectful, but yeah, it was cringy on the guy's part.
Whoa, whoa. Okay. Nice to see you. I'm with John Cena at WWE, innit?
Thank you for asking.
Why is that you? Or?
No, thank you for asking to take your video.
Oh, sorry about that. Whoa, John Cena, bro. You know the WWE, whatever, WWC. Yeah, that's him, bro.
A few moments later.
Yeah. Take care, bro.
Yep.
I got some advice for you.
Yes, be respectful.
I'll be respectful.
That's my advice for you.
My name.
Ask if you can take a video, but you're just shooting video.
No, you know
so
me. I'm famous.
I don't want to talk to you.
I'm famous. I'm Modine.
It doesn't matter who you are. You don't treat anyone with respect.
I got respect for you.
Treat people with respect.
I got
Thank you for asking to film my video and then filming.
And that's him talking about he's famous. That just went in one ear and out the other. Because that's one thing that I always say is that, you know, when somebody, the thing is this, if you were actually a fan of John Cena, if you were somebody that is famous and all that stuff, it's like, yeah, you'll see him probably just real quick, just be all like, hey, can I get a picture and post it on social media? But it's like, you're going to be respectful. See, that's what I mean by people. It's like, if you are actually in the entertainment business, if you are actually famous, then it's like, okay, just because you got, what, 10 likes on your last tweet, 15 likes on your last TikTok, and however many likes on your Instagram, it ain't even being shown. But I'm just saying, it's one of those things where it's like somebody that is actually famous, this interaction would have never, it probably on like in a jokingly way, it probably would have happened, but not on no serious stuff. So that's why it's like, yeah, John Cena, the funny thing is that I don't know John Cena, but I know that he read that guy and he's all like, yep, just another one of those annoying fans that's like, because this is something that wrestlers be dealing with a lot. You, like, for those that don't really follow wrestling, I'm saying, like, these guys, it would be like 4 or 5 in the morning. They go up to the airport. They gotta, like, go and get ready for, like, let's say, yeah, it's a Monday, so they gotta get ready for Monday Night Raw. 4 or 5 in the morning, flying in, probably barely got any sleep, but they gotta go and do this wrestling, or like practice for this wrestling match, practice their lines, do all these other different things. And then but yeah, it's like you got where people are like all in their face talking about, oh, like, hey, can you, they're like, let me just grab a random, they're like, hey, can you sign this and stuff? And it's like, bro, get out of my face. I'm just trying to do my own thing right now, leave me alone. See, that's why I'm like, yeah, like that, I do that now. But I'm like, yeah, bro, I'm about to get the biggest and baddest headphones, and they just straight noise cancellation to where I just don't hear nobody. Get me some running shoes. Yeah, my thing is this, if I ever go through with my professional wrestling dreams, oh yeah, I'm hitting people with cross moves. I'm like, yeah, it might be 4 or 5 in the morning. I'll nap once so I get to wherever I need to get to. But yeah, y'all gonna be getting hit with some cross moves, or just cover myself up and nobody don't know who I am. But anyway.
The entire time I'm in the store, I don't care who you are, I don't care what you do.
I'm a Speaker's Corner,
I don't care.
London.
I don't care.
I help people.
Thank you very much for being respectful.
I swear, if you need anything, just let me know. I'm a good guy.
Well, I'm not just some guy.
Whether you, my thing is this. You being the guy, if anything's, John Cena should be approaching you acting all like weird and stuff. He didn't do that. Not at all in that whole video. So my question to that guy, what could you possibly help John Cena with? The funny thing is, during that time frame of when John Cena wasn't even really appearing on like wrestling, I mean, yeah, he was doing like movies and TV shows and stuff. Do you honestly think he needs any sort of help? Like, it's one of those things where like, you need to be asking John Cena for help, if anything. But anyway.
It just has some wagey job. I'm not. I'm more creative. And not anything wrong with having a wagey job, but I'm a creative person. I'm a leader. I have an important role in this. I have lots of responsibilities. I don't have the same priorities. I don't have the same life as somebody that isn't doing this. I couldn't be doing this if I was like that. So anyway, so yeah, so I appreciate it. It's true, but I don't need to rationalize it or anything. It's like, look, it's, you know, oh, you haven't had sex. It's like, well, I haven't chosen to do that yet. You know, I'm choosing instead to be an historical figure. I'm choosing instead to lead an historical right-wing movement. So it's a cope. But anyway,
He just said
I'm
some
an
stuff.
incel. I am a proud.
He said some stuff he wasn't supposed to say. I'm like, yeah, bro. That's what everybody in the camera, they just looked at him like, bro, what are you talking about? You just rambling at this point.
Incel. And when I'm good and
Now
ready,
you're trying
I'll
to
get
clear
married.
it
I'll
up.
still be an incel, though.
Hi, it's Pastor Dave Grisham here for Last Frontier Evangelism. And today we're at the mall in Amarillo, Texas. And we're going to tell the children here today the truth that there is no Santa Claus and that Christmas is about Jesus Christ. Jesus died on the cross to pay for their sins. And Jesus was born in a manger.
That's one thing where I'm like, hey, look, and that's the thing that I worry about too. Well, not so much as like worry about, but like I think about it that day when I do have kids. Then they get into that age of Santa Claus and all that stuff. Like, yeah, deep down inside, like Santa ain't real and stuff. Then again, I ain't never been to the North Pole, so I really don't know what's up there, okay? But my thing is this, though. I just feel like that, if maybe he's not a parent, but the thing is this, that's not your job to be telling other people's kids what's real and what's not real. You don't know my kid. That's that type of stuff that would have caused the fight. Because if my kid breaks down in tears and start crying, then that's one of those things where I'm like, bro, what's wrong with you? I'm like, do you want the rest of your hair to be missing? I'm like, yeah, because it's one of those things where I'm like, sir, get out of here. Like, look, the thing is this. And that's something that I see a lot too with like just in comment sections and stuff like that. Like, I get that people want to push out the Christian religion and be putting out like Bible quotes. There's nothing wrong with that. But at the same time, it's like I feel like if anything, you're messing up the religion by like going out and doing that. Yeah, spread the word, but do it at a time where okay, yeah, go to church. Go to it trips me out. You'll see more people on the internet trying to spread the word than like being in the church and just in actually going through with like religious practices and stuff. But yeah, it's like, yeah, I haven't read that much of the Bible, but I'm reading the Bible. I'm like, the thing is this, if there's a time and place where I need to spread the word, then I would do that, but I'm not going to ruin a kid's childhood to spread the word. I just feel like it's one of those things where you just don't do and stuff. But yeah, you just got some people out there where it's like it's like you're going about it all wrong. But
2016 years ago. So here we go. We're going to tell them the truth. Folks, my name is Pastor David. Kids, I wanted to tell you today that there is no such thing as Santa Claus. Santa Claus does not exist. The Christmas season is about Jesus. Jesus was born.
I just remember it was back. It was like when I was in high school. There was some like Christian people. They showed up to our school and they were holding up like signs, all like, if you have sex, you're going to hell. Like, it's like they were just saying some old off the wall random stuff. And that's the thing where it's like I don't think they understand and realize that it's like people are looking at you like you're weird. Like it's just there ain't no reasons to do stuff like that. Like if you're a Christian, then it's like, okay, cool, be a Christian. I'm a Christian too, but you ain't gonna see me at no mall ruining the kids childhood and stuff. So, or stated out in front of no high schools talking about if you have sex, you're going to hell. It's like, why are you worried about a teenager's sex life? I'm like, don't you find that kind of weird? Like, so yeah, it's one of those things where it's just, yeah, you got some people out there where it's like, you're not helping the Christian religion. If anything's making it worse. So that's like I said, find the time and place to spread the word. There's just certain areas where you just don't do that in things. But anyway,
2016 years ago, he was born in a manger in a small town called Bethlehem. And that's the truth.
My kid looks up, and then that's the thing. My kid looks up at me, and they're like, Dad, what is he talking about? He just said Santa isn't real. I'm like, ignore him. I'm like, remember me telling you about crazy people? Yes, that is a crazy person. You can't listen to crazy people. I'm like, so don't even trip about it. I'm like, yeah, look, they're Santa right there, okay? I'm like, trust me. That's one thing. about it. I know people gonna probably be like, you would lie to your kid. I'm like, to protect my kid's childhood, yes, I would. But I'm like, look, there's Santa right there. I'm like, and I have like wink my eye at Santa about like, hey, Santa, remember me? I was Tyler. Remember you gave me that army set when I was a kid and stuff. I'm like, yeah, my son, he wants the same thing and stuff. But I'm like, hey, look, bruh. Just say, yeah, I'll slip you a 20. I'm like, just go along, okay? Just go along. But it's those things though, where it's like, and then yeah, when my kid gets older and stuff, and then he has kids or he or she, whatever and stuff. Yeah, and I'm all like, yeah, I did that. I'm like, it's one of those things. I'm like, but did you have a bad childhood though? So yeah, that's why I'm like, it's one of those things. You gotta look at it like that. But anyway,
Christmas. The man you're going to see today is just a man in a suit dressed up like Santa, but Santa does not exist. Santa's not real. And parents, y'all need to stop lying to your children and telling them that Santa Claus is real when in fact he's not. When you substitute the lie of Santa Claus in the heart of your child for the truth of Jesus Christ, you are bearing false witness against God.
I probably would have stood next to him and just started saying some old random stuff. I either would have like just thought of a song, start singing it as loud as I can. I'm like, you see how disrespectful that is? You're trying to spread the word, but I'm standing next to you. So I'm like, how do you think these kids feel when they trying to they thinking about what they gonna ask Santa, and you over here talking about Santa ain't real? So yeah, I'm like that. I just looked at. I looked at my kid. I'm like, this is how you handle crazy people. You just stand next to them and act 10 times more crazier.
Don't lie to your children and tell them there's such a thing as Santa when you know in reality that there are no flying reindeer, there is no workshop at the North Pole, there is no elves making toys, that you buy all the gifts and put them under the tree. That's all the truth. And there is no real Santa Claus. There is no Santa. It is not your place to lie to your children. Tell them the truth about Jesus Christ. Tell them the truth about what Christmas is all about.
Yeah, I'm like,
that it's about.
I would have looked at my wife, and then it's one of those things where it's like we just kind of give each other that eye contact, game plan stuff. I'm like, you go get security. I'm gonna stand next to this guy, and I'm trying to think of a song that I can crank that Soulja Boy. I'm gonna start just singing a song just mad loud and stuff. I'm like, yeah, ain't nobody gonna hear you and things. So I'm like, you did all that for nothing.
Jesus, and it's not about Santa Claus. There is no Santa Claus. There is no Santa Claus. It's about Jesus. Tell them the truth.
Go. Yes, we do tell them the truth. Now, go on.
Sir, don't put your hands on
Then
me.
go on. Quit talking this mess. You understand me?
Keep your hands to yourself.
I got my kids over there. We don't need you coming over here blabbing whatever the hell you blabbing.
I'm telling them the truth, that there is no Santa Claus.
Now, go.
I'm not leaving. I'm not leaving.
Like
you need to keep your hands to yourself, sir.
Like,
don't put
you
your
ain't no different than if for those that have seen that movie, The Mist, you guys already know who I'm talking about. And I like it. Look what happened to her. Had a can of peas get thrown at her head. Not going overall talk on her, demise and things. But yeah, because that's not neither or necessary. But yeah, I'm like, throwing a can of peas at somebody's, forehead, giving it a good old-fashioned baseball slide across the head. I'm like, yeah, sure. That's something where I'm like, I'm gonna laugh about and things. But yeah, you just got some people out there where it's like they take that stuff way too seriously. And it's like, yeah, the thing is this, and that is 100% fine. Like I said, time and place for it.
Hands on people. That's
then don't come over here talking your mess.
And don't come over here and tell your children the truth. That there is no Santa Claus?
That's not your decision for me to tell my kids what's the truth and what's not.
The truth is there is no Santa Claus.
Okay.
There is no Santa.
I'm like, in between them kids and that preacher guy, who do you think is more immature? I'm like, here it is, them kids is just out there minding their own business, not causing any sort of ill feelings towards anybody there. They just there minding their own business. And then he approached them kids and started. I'm like, fam, for one, don't be talking about kids like you know them and stuff. So I'm like, yeah, it's one of those things where he gonna find himself in a situation. But you know what? The funny thing is that he's going to an area where he's like, okay, I know I could get away with this. Do you think he would have did this in the black area? I'm like, you go to Compton, go to Harlem, go to areas where there's I guarantee and I promise you, he's going to get scared extremely fast, and that's what he's all like, hey, I'm not trying to play the race game, but I'm just saying, it's like you'll see that at times with people where it's like, yeah, they go to these areas where it's like, okay, I know I can do stuff and they ain't gonna do anything to me, but yeah, like let's say he goes to a mall where they're playing I'm trying to think of somebody, Lil Baby on the intercom and stuff. And then, you know, security, they sit there sharing a blunt back and forth and things. I'm like, you heard some firecrackers going off in the distance. People thinking it's gunshots. They just look, they're like, oh, that's just little Rodney and them just playing with them firecrackers again and stuff. But yeah, he ain't gonna do that. He ain't gonna be off up in no mall like that. But yeah, mall where it's like all peaceful, calm. They playing some Frank Sinatra on the intercom and stuff. Yeah, he's gonna go off in that mall and start cutting.
Christmas is about Jesus.
And the parents are all right with that.
The parents are all right with lying to their kids.
Yeah. Not your decision to make.
That's a sin. It's a sin in the eyes of God.
What you're
Kids,
doing
there is no
a
Santa.
Sin.
Santa's not real. Your
There is a
parents are
Santa.
lying to you. Don't believe it.
There is a Santa.
Y'all have a nice day.
We could have been done already. No, she couldn't. Because she has million eyes.
Karen was mad the entire checkout line didn't wait for her to go pee and come back before check. I'm like, yeah, that's you and your bladder. I'm like, I'm not gonna wait because of your bladder.
She couldn't.
I'm like, wear a diaper if you need to.
That's not how it works. And then we'll take you. It's okay?
That's crazy.
That's not good. You want to take one? How are you going to resolve this? I mean, you just laugh? I can't hear you.
My love, when she finishes, you guys, before her, that's it.
What?
When she finishes.
I'm not going to let her go because that's just not right.
All right.
Oh, so she's the.
hold this
I don't know
on?
why I was thinking the woman right here in the blue was it, because I was like, I'm like, okay, who am I looking at right now? So I'm like, but okay, so the woman in the pink is the Karen. Okay. She's blocking the woman with the cart. Okay. That's crazy.
Unbelievable. Are you just letting two people that were behind me in front of me? I have to stay in line all over again? No, you told them to put the items and they're putting the items. My items are here. She's not letting me go. All you needed to do is tell her to let me go.
Yeah, but it's like nobody knows how long. My thing is this, all right? There's one of two things that you're going to do in the bathroom, all right? Three things if you're sick. But you're either going to pee, poop, or throw up, all right? That's if you're sick. Maybe you might have I don't know, a Tony Hawk combo and do all three of them. You're doing them at the same time. I'm like, ma'am, you don't need to be at the store shopping. You need to be at the hospital, okay? My thing is this. If you're you're going to the bathroom, I don't know what you're doing, but I don't want you to tell me what you're doing because I'm like, that is you and your personal business. But I imagine you're going to be in there for a while. That's one thing about like men and women. Men, yeah, it's all like, hey, I got to go to the bathroom real quick. Men, it's like we just take our bladder out, sit in the toilet, and we go back to doing what we're doing, wash our hands and all that stuff. You might see some nasty people in there. They just go pee, go right back out. I wash my hands, all right? But anyways, it's like for a woman, though, like that is one thing that, you know, it's been like an ongoing joke. Because I think, was it Ned's Declassified? They kind of portrayed it in there, how like women, they'll take a while to go to the bathroom. Men, it's like we're in and out and stuff. But it's like, what for a woman, it's like, yeah, you know, it's a little bit more in things. So, but yeah, it's like, lady, don't nobody know how long you gonna be in the bathroom. I'm not gonna wait for you. It's like, and the funny thing is like, how many customers like paid for their stuff and was gone, like especially if they just getting one item and stuff. So yeah, it's like, lady, get out of here. That's
you
crazy.
have another person there. I have to go this way. You're not allowed to film.
I can do whatever the fuck I want. I don't know who told you that you could tell people what they can do.
I know.
But that's not how it works.
You're telling me what to do. Your education, your
She ain't gonna do that to her. Yeah, because you don't know who's on the other end of that camera, but it was definitely somebody she was intimidated by. She was like, I'm not gonna fight you, but I am gonna give you a dirty look. Yeah, you just got some people out there and they just weird, man. But anyways, yeah, cringy video. But no, it was good though. Shout out to Top Clips. Make sure if you guys haven't, go subscribe to him. Subscribe to me too. And I'll talk to you guys later. Thank you guys for watching and peace.